have you ever encountered the people that are like, well, I didn't know you had a drinking problem? Or people that say, you always looked like you were fine. You look like you're having an awesome time. Or like, yeah, you weren't a problem drinker. Like, I know so and so, this girl, and she drinks 10 times as much as you did. One, people don't always see what's going on in the amount someone's drinking. Two, you don't need to have a blackout, drink every night, binge disorder to have a drinking problem. Three, sometimes you can just quit because you want to. Four, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. That's the truth. If you think you have a drinking problem, you do. And you can stop. It doesn't matter if you've drank at heavier periods of time in your life. So, my heaviest period was at least 10 years before I actually stopped drinking. It doesn't matter. The lifespan of addiction is degenerative. It doesn't get better, it gets worse. Your hangovers get worse, your symptoms get worse, your need for it gets worse, your association is worse. You gain weight, you get more tired, you have life going on, you get more depressed with age, right? It becomes a lot more difficult and painful to juggle everything that you've got going on in your life when you're also trying to keep alcohol as the priority on the pedestal. I feel like that's what we do. We just glamorize it to the point where we don't even know that we hate it. We don't even know that it's making us miserable. And it absolutely is. I get DMs from so many people, mostly women. I'm a woman, I'm a mom, and I have a career. So a lot of those people tend to follow me as well because they identify with the situation that I talk about, which is burnout from trying to keep alcohol at the forefront of your social life, at the core of your personality, and at the heart of everything that you do. Right? So, like, raise your hand if you personally have become exhausted with having alcohol as the star of your show. Raise your hand if alcohol was supposed to be your best friend, but you feel like your best friend is stabbing you in the back and ruining your life. Raise your hand if you want the drink, you have the drink, and then you feel worse, not better than you did before. Raise your hand if you want a glass of wine just to come home and cook dinner because you're tired and grumpy and everyone in your family is pissing you off. Raise your hand if you go social places and it's all based around alcohol and you're tired of it. And also raise your hand if you don't know any other alternative because everyone else in your life is the same as you. That's my following. And that was me. So I was told when I quit drinking, like, oh my God, like, I didn't think you had a drinking problem. Actually, people in my family are also like, stop it. Like, no, you don't. Like, you always had fun. You were always in control. It doesn't matter what other people see. It doesn't matter what their reality is and perception of you, because of course they enjoy you while you're drinking. You're fun when you're drinking most of the time. Right? I was never one of those people that's like went to the dark side when they were drinking, only a few times in my life. In general, I was very high functioning. I was joining the rest of my family or friends at 4:59 to have cocktail hour, or I was day drinking on a weekend, or, having wine on a Friday night and making it look good. But on the inside, it had become so exhausting and it was like a trap that I did not know how to get out of. Maybe you are the same way, where it's like you've built the walls so high that you don't know how to climb over them because the walls are just these beautiful crystal wine glasses. And they look beautiful and they're full of beautiful wine. And you're just sitting there and you're like, what's wrong with me that I'm not having fun? What's wrong with me that I feel depressed? What's wrong with me that I feel anxious, or I wake up at 3, or I'm tired of going through life hungover? And why aren't I happy with this? Why aren't I happy anymore? When alcohol is supposed to be fun and supposed to put a smile on my face at the end of the day and bring me closer to other people, which is a lie, by the way. Why do I feel so bad? What's wrong with me? Well, there's nothing wrong with you. Alcohol is a drug. It's a class A carcinogen. If it was created today, it never would be legalized and pushed the way it is now. It's one of the most dangerous, horrific drugs on the market in the world. But it's also marketed to you from the day that you're born, and especially marketed to moms, and especially marketed to you to help you cope with your reality when you're stressed. So this video is to validate you that if you think you have a drinking problem, you don't need to explain to anybody. You can just stop. And it's also to validate you that if alcohol is no longer fun for you, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's the alcohol is no longer serving you in your life, and you are fully within your power on this planet to put an end to it today. Not tomorrow, not after the wedding you need to go to on the weekend, today, by any means necessary. It's your life. You have one life to live, and if alcohol is ruining it, then I'm just telling you, keep watching sober content, find a way to get sober, because that is the answer, and you know it deep inside too.